Good evening. Welcome to the December 13th, 2022 meeting of the Select Board. First, we have a quorum present. Minutes of previous meeting.
Motion to accept the minutes of November 15th.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion, changes, alterations? All those in favor? Unanimous. New business, Sebago Lake Rotary Ice Derby. Is Ingo here?
He is.
He's online.
He is?
On Zoom.
On Zoom?
Yes, he's on Zoom.
Oh.
Ingo, can you hear us?
Ingo?
She has mute on.
Yes, he does. There we go.
Ingo, can you hear us?
Bill, folks on Zoom can't hear us.
Just a moment.
Wait for him to pop up.
Ingo, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Ingo. It's Joe Bruno. Tell us about your application for the Lake Rotary. What was
Me
it?
neither.
Yeah, they can't hear us yet.
Oh,
Let me see if I can.
Oh, there you go.
there he is. You can see him. Can we read lips?
Can you hear us now?
Ingo, are you there?
No, not yet.
Eric's working in the audio right now.
Okay.
I've sent them a message letting them know that it's being worked on.
Can you hear us, Ingo?
No, he's telling.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got the message?
Yeah. Do you want to jump over one or?
Yeah, why don't we move on? How about the renewal of the liquor license? Jose, come on up
I
to,
send it.
Oh, can you hear us now? No,
I didn't want
yeah,
my picture.
they can hear each other.
okay. All right, Jose, you're up here for a renewal of a liquor license.
Say it again.
Wayne Jones.
At least we are it's working. We have voice.
Oh, okay, thank you. We'll get right back to you. Wayne, are you
Here
there?
we go.
Can you hear us, Cindy or Ingo?
Wayne?
No, they can just hear each other still.
Okay, this is not working out.
This is fun.
All right, for what I read,
Thank you. We'll get right back to you. Wayne, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Delay.
all right.
Can you hear us, Cindy or Ingo?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we moved on. We'll be right back to you. Wayne.
No, they can just hear each other still.
Wayne, we're on the A La Mexicana liquor license renewal.
They're hearing us like 4 minutes ago.
I'm here.
Wayne, can you hear us?
Let them catch up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotta love technology, baby.
I'm so excited right now.
Yes, go ahead.
Wayne, can you hear us?
I can't hear you, no.
It keeps repeating over.
Yeah.
Gotta love technology, baby.
Well,
Oh, it's repeating again.
It's in a loop.
I think we'll call it.
Sue, can you kill that for right now?
I can't, it's Bill. Bill, we're hearing
We could do
the sound loop through.
We can still do a liquor license.
Well, we can do B,
That's what we're, well,
because she's
Oh,
here.
it seems.
yeah, but we got Jose up there right
Yeah,
now.
Jose's right here.
I know.
This
yes,
should,
Chief.
Hey, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can, it's unmuted.
If you have any pizza.
So you can hear us right now, Wayne?
I can
He can hear through Bruce's phone.
the
Okay.
meeting
You can hear the meeting, okay.
through live
All right, Wayne.
streaming on my phone.
Oh, now we can't hear
So we can
Wayne.
go ahead.
Can you put him on speaker?
You want me, I'll put you on speaker here.
Oh, that'll be helpful.
There we go.
All right, can you get Bill to shut this off?
Mr. Chairman, I'm ready to go.
Okay, Wayne. Give us the story on a la Mexicana.
Yeah. So,
All
we
right,
haven't,
thank you.
done the inspection for Ala Mexicana yet. That's scheduled for next Monday.
All right,
So that's where we are at this point.
okay. So no reason to give a temporary license or license waiting for the inspection? Any,
It's however you'd like to handle it, Mr. Chairman.
So I noticed you sent a letter to him on different things. Are those things that he should already change, or?
No, what I try to do with the liquor license inspections is to send out an email with a bulleted list of things to have performed before we schedule the inspection, to try to make it as seamless as possible. And that's what the email was that you received a copy of.
Okay. So can we do a conditional?
yeah. So Wayne, we can do a conditional license, right?
Conditional approval.
Conditional approval based on the inspection next week.
Correct. Yeah, we could do that, and then you know, if we have any issues, I can let you folks know.
Okay. Mr. Chavez, anything to add?
I'm good.
Restaurant doing okay?
Doing okay right now, yeah.
Good. All right. So, can I have a motion to grant?
Mr. Chairman, I do have a question.
Okay.
Is this just for the liquor license or also for the special amusement?
Just the liquor license.
This is
This-
liquor license, yeah.
The agenda says liquor license.
Okay.
Take your microphone and put it down by the phone.
Oh, he keeps coming out live. Yeah. It was just a second ago. So it comes and goes.
Sam moved it. I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to grant a conditional license based on Wayne Jones's inspection next Monday. Okay. All those in favor? Unanimous. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope the inspection goes well for you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah.
All right. So Ingo is not available right now?
It's right here.
Can you hear us, Ingo?
Can you hear me?
He's hearing us, but now we're not hearing him. And he's not muted.
Jose is right here.
It's going back into that loop again?
Yeah. Wayne,
This might work.
they think that you might be making the loop.
You gotta mute Wayne.
Oh, really?
He's got the YouTube feeds coming through here.
So, but
Ingo, are you there?
I'm here.
there you are.
Oh, okay. All right, Ingo, tell us about Sebago Lake Rotary Ice Derby, February 18th and 19th.
Yes, next year. And may I introduce my partner, Cindy Bell? She's right with me.
Sure.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi, Cindy. We can't see you right now, but we can hear you.
I'm here.
All right, we believe you.
All right, so do you want me to do my spiel, or do you? Or
You don't need to go through the whole spiel. This is just a renewal of what you've been done for the, I don't know how many years now. Quite a while.
21.
21 years now?
Yeah,
Are we going to have ice?
absolutely.
All right. All right, good. So,
I'm
anything,
insured through Rotary International, as usual.
okay, good. anything in the application that was wrong or any
No.
questions?
No.
No?
No, I believe the application is up to date.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the license for the Sebago Lake Rotary Ice Derby?
So moved.
Go ahead. Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Congratulations, Ingo and Cindy. You're all set to go.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
very
you.
much.
You have a good night. Sorry about the technology.
It works for us sometimes.
Yeah,
you.
sometimes. All right. Okay.
Bye.
Consideration Town of Raymond taking over the DASH program. Peggy, come on up.
Hello.
We received your letter, we read your letter. Tell us about it. What is your plan on what you would like the town to do?
Well, what we'd like to do, and as I explained in my written communication, we've worked ourselves out of a job. So what we'd like to do is move, move the responsibility to the town. Give the boat to the town, give all the equipment to the town, and this first year, we'll assist whoever is designated in the town hall to be the person who applies for a grant from DEP. We'll assist that person in the process. Once you get the process, it's easy to replicate. We'll work with whoever is going to be arranging the arrangement with the contractor. We'll work with that person to this first year to be sure that we set up what we need. And I would also caution everybody involved that we've had word that the contractor we recommend last year got so full booked that some of the folks who came in later didn't get the services. So we need to get on this pretty fast.
So the grant gets money from where? From the state?
The grant that I'm talking about comes from DEP, and it is sticker money, the milfoil sticker money that we all pay for when we put the stickers on our boats. A portion of that gets divvied up for, it's called plant removal or mitigation grants.
And how much work is it to fill out those applications?
Well, once you become familiar with the format, it's not difficult. In this case, you aren't going to have to compute how much a new wetsuit is going to cost. You don't have to compute how much it's going to cost you to get all the air tanks inspected, or you're not going to have to figure out how much it'll cost to have the air tanks pressure tested. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we used to have to do that you won't have to do, because you're just going to be asking for grants to help pay for contracted service, and then the contractor has to do all that other stuff.
And how much does the contractor cost?
Much more expensive than we were. I heard, and I can't speak for the contractor, but I heard last year that he was charging between $7,000 and $8,000 for a 40-hour week.
One of my concerns I have is I know we are really tight on staff now, is what it is, and they wear multiple hats as is. I don't know who, and it's not my job to figure that out, it would be yours, but I do know that we're thin on staff now, so I don't know who would do that.
Well, it would be an amalgam of people. You'd have, Nathan in operations, overseeing the actual, I guess, milfoil removal part. It would be somebody at the town hall, that would be doing the grant piece. And, of course, the finance office would make the, pay the invoices. And, as far as, do we have any environmental scientists on board? I don't know. I'm thinking probably no. But then again, I don't know how many people on the various lake associations have that credential either. So, it's going to have to be parceled out like everything else we do here amongst, probably administration will be me, in dealing with the DEP and so forth. That's just off the top of my head.
So that map you sent us, Peggy,
Pardon me?
how
Yes.
much of that still needs to be removed?
Well,
I mean, is
The
it
map
like a
I-
yearly process, or?
the map I sent you shows that we only have, I apologize, my copy has the pink, I think your copy has green.
Green, yeah.
Green was where this contractor I'm talking about was
Yeah.
working for 3 property owners. The yellow is what we started with, and you
Yeah.
can see it was really thick. That second map, there were 2 tiny, 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 tiny pieces of yellow. One way up at the far end of Turtle Cove, and one in this, what I call the straight Bayview Canal. And I want to tell you an anecdote that explains that. Actually, I have 2 anecdotes I want to share, but the first one explains these weird patches. I could not, for the life of me, understand why year after year after year, our crews who were so good and had such good success could not defeat these little patches. And then every year we were visited by somebody from DEP, the Office of Invasive Species. And one year, a couple years ago, the person who visited was a biologist who works there, and she's a biologist/diver. In the early days of our work, she was still working as a contract diver. She was working for DEP and anybody else who needed a diver, and we hired her on a per diem basis for several days. She said, I have to tell you, she only comes up to about here on me. She's not too tall. But she said that when she was working in the Bayview Canal, you know, the process is you identify the plant. Of course, this was where it was just everything was in variable milfoil. You identify the plant, you follow the stem down, you dig in the muck until you get to the bottom of the root, you pull the whole thing up, and you put it in the oversized dryer hose, the suction. She said she would get into the muck up to her shoulder and still not be at the end of the root, so she had to break it off. We have a forest of roots in these 2 patches, 3 feet down. And those cussed plants keep regenerating every blessed year. I have some vocabulary I could use on them, but that's why they're there. Our crew otherwise would have gotten rid of them. But they've got this deep, deep, deep reservoir of roots.
Wow.
So we need somebody to, we can't
Who has
hire
a
a
long
crew to go in on those 2 little patches, you know.
I
That's,
think Nathan has a long arm.
so eventually, I'm assuming these plants are going to give up, but we need somebody to go in there, a diver to get in there twice a year, early and late, and pull out all they can, and then go back the next year and do it over again until we finally discourage it enough. Otherwise, we know from our work and from all the work that other groups have been doing that there will be stray plants that regenerate from tiny pieces of stem or root. So we need somebody to go in and survey all these areas. This is what our crew used to do. They'd do a survey in the beginning of the year, and when they found stray plants, they'd remove them right away. They recorded what they found on maps, and that's how we planned the work. If they came to a dense patch, then they just marked it on the map and went back and worked it. But so we need a contractor to go in, do all the surveys, remove the stray plants that they find, and really work on those 2 little patches.
So what happens to the $15,000 that the town gives you annually in the budget?
Well, we won't be asking for that this year. We'll be asking for a smaller amount, which we would like to put towards the courtesy boat inspection program. We'd like to beef that up a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to need to, we had a director on the board who volunteered and ran it for several years. Unfortunately, that person died.
Oh.
So we lost him. We probably will have to hire a manager, so that's another piece of expense. But
Okay.
we'll be asking for less.
So Nathan, go ahead.
So a couple of answers to a couple of the questions. I've talked to Melissa about doing the grant writing. She didn't jump up and run out of the building, so I'm assuming that was yes. I think sitting down with her, with Peggy, and the contractor here quick would probably make sense. And I don't see this as being that big of a problem for now. If we don't stay on top of it, it's going to be a big problem.
Right.
We'll be right back where we were 15, 18 years ago when we started this.
Yep.
I've got some experience in it from when it first started. I've been removed out of it because they were doing such a good job. I wasn't there anymore. But I've met the contractor. He's dumps his stuff at our pit. So I think we've got a little bit of a working relationship with him there.
Okay, hang on a
So
second.
on the grant,
Yes.
I mean, the grant had been given to an independent organization. Has anybody researched to make sure that it still would be available to the town as a town entity versus a 501c3 or a private organization?
We asked Denise Blanchett, the biologist diver who was here. We said, so if we end up sharing this with the town or turning it over to the town, can the town get this grant? And she said, of course, other towns do it.
Well, yeah, sometimes they get funky on some of those.
Well, yeah, we've run into that sort of thing, but in this case, I don't see a problem.
So Peggy, I just
Yeah.
want to tell you, I kept looking for the pink area. For 20 minutes, I kept expanding this thing, looking for pink. And so when I finally said, I don't know where it is. So.
I do know the difference between pink and green. However, the person who created this map for me is seriously red-green colorblind. I mean, seriously. And so pink, green, it's all gray-brown.
All right.
So I apologize. If you just strike out the word pink and put in green, it's all fine. Sorry about that, Joe.
Did I give him the wrong?
No. I don't know how it turned from pink to green.
From a budgetary standpoint, if you were to combine the grant with the portion of the town's appropriation that you're not going to ask for, is that significant enough money to do this? You know, are we looking at a budget increase for the town? $7,000 or $8,000 a week. I have no way to gauge how much
Well,
time.
we're recommending 2 weeks, a week early in the season, a week late in the season.
So the answer is probably yes with the grant. How big is the grant?
So that would be your expenditure for the contractor was, and I don't know this exactly, but roughly 15,000, 15, 16,000. We're going to be asking for 7 to put towards the courtesy boat inspection program, because that's the prevention. Keep this stuff out. And I guess you'll be putting that amount in your budget to request.
What's a grant amount? I never thought to ask you that.
The grant will come from DEP, and I don't even dare guess how much money you get. I'm pretty sure you'd get something. I don't even dare guess. It'll be in the thousands.
Do we keep the 15,000 in just to see what it is and how the running of it is? Do you know what I mean? Come budget time?
Well, she said it's 3,000 or 4,000 a week, right?
Well, no. She doesn't.
Oh, 7,000.
7 or 8,000.
And you recommend 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We suggest a week early in the season and then a week late in the season.
And what we
She doesn't
appropriate
have
now
the
is
grant.
$15,000. They're going to want 7 of that. So the question is, what's the grant? And we don't know.
We may not be even fully covered. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I think
But maybe. I don't know how big the grant is.
If you're missing, if they take 7, we get 7, and you only, even if we get 2 or 3 grand from the grant, I think we can make up the difference. Either maybe instead of a full week, half weeks, and see what happens. Try it for the first year.
What I'm trying to do is get to the Raymond Way, revenue neutral from where we are now.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to do, is to figure out if we can do it with the money we have. That would be ideal.
When you get word, we typically were hearing back from DEP, I think in March, about grant money. So you should know by March whether or not you're going to, or what you're, I don't say whether or not, what you're going to get. I just don't know how to predict that.
I think I would rather go in higher just in case, and then if we have
Yeah.
extra, you know,
Yeah.
then we're not cutting ourselves short somewhere else in a
Well,
budget.
if the answer comes back in March, they'll just tell you you're going to get the grant. They're not going to tell you the
They'll tell you
amount.
how much.
Huh?
They'll tell you how
Okay.
much.
So by the time we finalize
make
the
the
budget,
adjustments.
we'll know what that figure is.
Yeah.
Well, I should say hopefully.
Well,
I'm speaking for a state agency, and that's really not my role.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Never a
Most
good
state
thing.
agencies are short on people right now. Yeah. So,
The other anecdote I wanted to share with you was that a few weeks ago we had a message from somebody who said, I think there's a bunch of milfoil on the beach in Raymond. So I went over to look, and sure enough, I picked up, a joint compound bucket? I filled half of one of those buckets with variable milfoil. It was not rooted, but had washed onto the shore of the beach. I have no idea.
At Raymond Beach?
Raymond Beach on 302.
Wow.
It was, some of it was like 2 feet long, some of it little pieces, some of it was the thick winter buds. I have no idea.
I wonder if someone caught it in their prop and just pulled it on shore, or?
Oh, it was, I mean, I'm talking, it was a lot that washed in.
Wow.
So I share that with you because if it came from the Standish boat launch, that's one place where we have it in Sebago, or it could have come from Fry Island, could have come from the Songo River, could have come from Long Lake and Harrison and drifted all the way down. So long as it's anywhere in the Sebago watershed, we have to be really, really vigilant. So I will continue to check that beach during the winter, but I don't know.
All right, I guess question for Don, you think we can handle this okay?
Say again?
Do you think we can handle this okay?
We'll handle it okay if you want us to do it. We can.
I mean, that's not a lot of enthusiasm behind that, Don?
Well,
Well,
it's,
the
I
big
think,
part
I
is the
think, I
grant
think
writing.
somebody pointed out that it's another thing,
Right.
to what we're doing, and, we're not gonna say we can't do it, we'll do it.
I mean, I know grant writing can be hard. Kathy does a lot of that, but Melissa has also said that she would.
My sense would be about this grant, my sense would be that it's a plug and play. You plug the numbers in, you make your request. What's concerning me, though, is that I don't know what we get now and what we would get in the future. Is it sustainable? Is it something that's gonna be around in 2, 5, 10 years? And, but I guess the alternative is you let the milfoil come back and then you have a much bigger problem and you don't have a volunteer lake association to handle it. So the imponderable, what the future holds with respect to milfoil, the costs, the plan, that's the bigger question to me. The smaller question is, can we do it? We can.
I mean, when you have a town with 7 lakes,
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's important to the town.
Yeah.
Just the economy of the town. I think it's pretty important that we do it.
It is important, but again, like I said before, it's having the staff to make sure that it doesn't fall between the cracks.
Right.
So is maintenance on the boat and whatnot, can that get picked up in the grant, or is that outside the grant?
Yeah, the boat maintenance is
We-
$100 a
we-
year,
we-
$150
Well, I understand
brought
that
it up to-
until the motor blows up.
It's a new motor.
Yeah, it's a new motor on it, and they're not abused. They're not out running across the lake
No.
at 50 miles an hour. This thing's just puttering around the harbor.
Right. Of course, sometimes that's as bad as,
Yeah, it's a good motor on it. So I gotta guess you got a 5-10 year motor there anyway.
And you're comfortable with it, Nathan?
Yeah, I'll give it.
Huh?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Worst can happen.
And Bruce said he'll jump in if
Yeah,
needed?
that's what he told me the other day.
I thought I heard him say that.
That's Joey for Parks and Rec.
what you could
Oh,
do
Joe gets to
is
do
move the
that.
ice derby to where that is, and when they cut the hole for that, have them pick it up and
Yeah.
get down there.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal, because you're gonna be dealing with a contractor, which is pretty straightforward.
Right.
The contractor, like Peggy had said earlier, is gonna be taking all the pain and suffering of that minor little details that you're apt to miss in the grant writing and in the process of making sure that your DEP and labor standard things are. We're not putting people in the water.
Okay.
We're hiring a contractor and throwing him over the boat.
Yeah, I don't think you look good in a wetsuit.
Nope, I don't. No, not at all.
We need a new wetsuit.
Pretty sure I'd float right back up to the top.
We don't have one for
No,
Nate.
that's okay. I don't want one.
I'd like to have a motion that, the town of Raymond will take over the milfoil protection, and that the RWPA will continue with the monitoring of the boat launches.
So I would move to take it over as outlined in that letter.
Okay.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the work you put into it before, too.
We're just thrilled with all the success, frankly. I mean, thank you.
All right. Do we want to do executive session now?
I would think so, yeah. Eric's here, I think.
Is he on the,
I think so, yeah.
can we make sure it's working?
Eric, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Very good.
Anybody that needs to, we can boot in the back.
So we're gonna we're only gonna do the code enforcement executive session now, and we'll do the labor one later.
Okay, does
Okay.
Wayne need to be here for either of those?
No.
Wayne, would you mind signing out, leaving the meeting?
Bye, Nathan.
All set with me?
Remember, we might just be getting rain.
Well, you never know. It's Maine, it's slippery. Rain can be
So-
slippery.
Yeah.
Bye, Santa. You can just go
Neil,
out.
Mr. Beach, are you here for something else in the meeting? I'm just gonna put him in the waiting room, and
All right.
I'll go out back.
Okay.
Going to make a motion to go to executive session?
Motion to
Yeah.
go into executive session?
Under,
Where is it? Under
Title
1
1.
MRSA, section 405, 6E.
E.
Second?
Moving seconded, all in favor?